Hello, hello. Welcome, RAKstar. Happy Friday to you all. Happy to be sharing with you like every Friday today. Welcome to this weekly session. For those who are joining for the first time, basically, this is a community space where we chat with passionate RAKstars about the projects they are working on, as well as their journey experiences in the IoT world. I am Maria Hernandez, developer relation lead at RAK, and with me, like every Friday, Jose Marcelino.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, nice to be here and nice to be Friday as well. It's been a busy week. I mean, RAK is
Completely.
preparing a lot of cool stuff. So, yeah, stay
Woof.
tuned.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, a busy week, and I'm happy to finish it with all of you like every Friday. So
Absolutely.
today's session is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be chatting with a software developer who works at Accenture The Dock in Dublin, Ireland. He is accomplished as an IoT architect and a programmer with more than 15 years of experience, who enjoys using his skills to contribute to the technological innovations in the world that happens every day, more related in the field of cloud engineering, AI, and IoT. Welcome, Abhijeet or
Hello,
AB.
hi.
Hello.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, Maria. Thanks, Jose. Yeah, I'm always happy to be here. I'll attend your
Yeah, you do,
hands-on
right?
racks. Yeah, I really
Almost
love
every
it.
week.
Yeah,
Excellent.
almost every week. Yeah, because you invite such good people and they share your experiences. Yeah, and happy to be here with you guys.
Excellent. Thank you.
Amazing.
And
That
hello,
is
RAKStars.
that
Oh,
is that is why we make like these spaces. Like you are a common user who have been participating in the different giveaway we have been done over here. You have received a couple of kits. Now you are developing a project. So that is the idea of all of this. So we are super excited to have you today. Thanks for accepting our invitation. And for those who are watching us, if you are doing the live session, feel free to ask any question on the comment chat, and we will be super happy to address them if they are appropriate during the conversation or at the end during our Q&A session. So, just to start, can you share a little bit more about yourself, your background, how you get in this world of hardware since you are a software developer? So, it will be super nice to hear your story about that.
Yeah, sure. So my relationship with hardware is actually older than software, actually. So like when I was very little, I always wanted to be an electronics engineer because I'm so keen about to open things and repair. Like that's the thing. So in India, we rarely buy new things. We try to repair it first, and then if something is not able to get it working, then we think, okay, we should buy a new one. So that's how I got into hardware, and I love machines. So there's no question about that. But what I thought about going into software was that, okay, I did not know that there's something called software which actually drives this hardware. So so that's how I got into this software. And so most of the things which I have done, whatever, whether I'm learning cloud engineering, whether I'm doing AI, it's all based on the needs. So okay, I see a problem and then say, okay, how do we try to solve this? Or I look for if how people have solved this kind of problems, and what will be the best way to go about that. So that's my journey. So I started my career working on like a Wi-Fi access points, writing the firmware, base firmware for that. Later, I started working on writing the device drivers. So going one by one over the stack, writing the device drivers and then applications. And then later, all the network, and it was all about networking. Later, I said, okay, this is all good, but what about hard drives over internet? How to improve that? And that's how I landed into storage domain and writing about storage area networks. So doing all that stuff. And then one day, the reason, the how I got into IoT was, it was like a funny story. I just gone out in the apartment. I was just talking to a friend, and I was saying, okay, this is one of my friend. I was just he reached out to me, and there was an application we built was about hospital patients hospital monitoring. So it was about just to monitor the door is opening or not, just to monitor the patient is going to the bathroom. So whether he closes the door and then he comes back, just to monitor the time. So it was a simple application based on Zigbee. I had no clue about it is called IoT. For me, this was a firmware I was writing something. And I just mentioned it to a friend and said, "Oh, you're doing IoT." I said, "What is IoT?" And I just went there. Said, "Oh no, this is IoT is Internet of Things, and this is what different sensors talk to each other." I said, "Okay, this is what I do." Okay, I don't know. It's called IoT. So yeah, then that's how I got into IoT, and that's how the journey began. So after that,
Amazing.
it's less like it was really cool. Yeah.
Super. That
So.
is pretty awesome. It's funny thing. Like, okay, I'm
So
doing IoT and I don't know that I'm doing
yeah,
IoT.
exactly. So it's a name, I would say. I think many
Yeah.
people out there in the
Hmm.
community, they might be doing all this good stuff. It's not IoT, but that, it's not coined as IoT, but it is actually IoT.
Completely.
So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And can you share like more about the activities that you are currently doing as software developer at the center?
yes, I joined Accenture 3 years back as an IoT lead here. Um, so what we do here, what my daily job kind of on Accenture is, so we work with clients. And clients come up with some problems. We are not a delivery center here, so we don't like deliver projects which are like 6 to 8 months and all. So most of the projects which are involved are like a short-term projects, but the vision for that is a long one. So they transition eventually to a delivery center. So they come to the dock. We build an architecture or we build a proof of concept, a part of that architecture we give it to the client. So it could be a very tough problem which is related to what do you say, a cutting edge problem. It could be related to IoT, machine learning, or cloud engineering, something on that performance. So we work on that piece, and then it gets transitioned to other parts of Accenture in India or US or other parts. So my main role is mainly related to anything related to IoT, machine learning, computer vision, and all that kind of stuff.
Super nice. And which are like the main technologies that you use in terms of connectivity on the projects that you apply with a sensor?
So when my first project, which I did with Accenture, it was an internal project. So I use ultra wideband. So that was totally new technology for me. So to track, it was like indoor tracking solution because ultra wideband offers very minimal error. So it can like within like centimeter accuracy with ultra wideband. So if I remember the chip right, it was I think TW1000. I think it's been like I think it's acquired by it's the Decawave
Decawave, yeah.
chipset. Yeah. So that
Sweet.
was the first one which was very very interesting for me. So we tried to build a smart batch to
Mm-hmm.
track the visitors, and then based on their location, localization provide localized content. We have a lot of screens in the dock, so how we can use content, so location aware content
Oh,
based
Yeah.
on the preferences of the visitor as well. So that was kind of an internal project, just like
interesting.
us. Yeah. So later we improvised this further because Decawave chip is a little expensive as well, and we have to. So we try to use BLE beacons as well. So that's how. So the protocols, what we are normally involved is BLE, ultra wideband, Zigbee as well. Wi-Fi, I think, is common, the most common one. So
Mm-hmm.
there is always LTM, and recently, is LoRa I'm using. So I'm very
Nice.
much finding it very interesting.
Super nice.
Yes.
Also, like there is a project that you mentioned to me that it's pretty interesting, and I would like to hear more about it. And it is the share for Alzheimer patients.
Oh yeah. So that is very close to my dear to my heart. Like it's called. So it was actually called the chair. We used to call it the chair project, but it was the name was given by the person itself for whom we built it. She called it the magic chair because that changed her life.
Amazing.
So just to give you a background about how is it that the lady for which we built the chair, she got Alzheimer's when she was retired, and she was a traveler. She was a good reader, and she had her lot of collection of books, music, and she was always very keen to listen to current affairs on radio. But due to Alzheimer's, this peculiar type of Alzheimer's, she was finding it very hard to like understand the like what buttons need to press, and she was losing the track. So we had to come up with a solution which could help her some way uh, in just to make her life better. So in Dock, we have like a multidisciplinary team which ideated, and we came up with a concept of building a chair. The chair would be having a simpler thing. So it would be acoustic. So all the speakers, everything. So anybody sitting in the chair can get all the inputs, but it does not disturb the surroundings. So what it will offer is a simple three buttons on the arm of the chair for music, for audiobooks, and for the radio. So her favorite stations, her music library was all curated and put it into a Spotify, and the full system was baked into the chair itself. On the other side of the arm, we added another feature of a voice assistant. That's the Alexa. But she did not even remember the keyword of Alexa. So we had to come up with the same thing as a button, and then that button will be also an Alexa. So she will not have to say Alexa all the time. She just has to basically to ask the time, because she had to sometimes go to some appointments or something, or she can set up the alarms. So something like that. So it was like simple things for that. And it was a very successful project, and we received a couple of awards for this. We got an internal Accenture community award, and we also received another design award for Irish Design Awards as well. I can share the link here.
Actually, I have like I was looking for it on Google, but the link that I had is broken. But
Yeah,
I think this is the share, right?
Yeah, I put it the link here for you.
Super. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I will share it on the.
Yeah, so that was it has the photo of the chair as well. So it had a peculiar fabric. It had a peculiar buttons with a different touch as well, so that she doesn't get confused with the floor. So that was a very good one. So yeah, so it was running in the everything was bundled in a Raspberry Pi, and there was a Echo Dot, the flat one, and then the speakers were in the ears of the chair. So,
Here.
yeah, this is the chair. Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So it was done by a company here. The design of the chair was built by a company called Design Partners. They are based in Dublin, so which helped to come up with the design and everything. So for all the machining and all that stuff.
Super.
So,
interesting.
So I'm curious, actually, how do these projects come up? Do you have some client that comes to you with an idea? Or?
Yeah. So how the pipeline comes for the projects is we have this different accounts, or the clients have client account leads. So they come to clients come to the client account leads, and the client account leads sometimes reach the Dock based on the complexity of the problem. They come to the Dock, or they come to different centers and all. Like if there's an automobile or this kind of a problem, or automobile clients, say Mercedes or any of this Daimler or this kind of thing. So Germany has the hub for automotive.
Wow.
So they normally try to go there. So that's how it is called. Yeah. So that's how it is there. So Dock is mainly for AI, machine learning, knowledge graphs, all that kind of stuff.
All the exciting new stuff, like
yeah.
Do you do any blockchain stuff or not yet?
Blockchain, yeah. So blockchain started well, but was not getting picked up, to be honest. But blockchain is a very interesting field. Yeah, yeah. We try to had couple of projects related to blockchain with supply chain, and then blockchain with tracking the
course.
the origins of there was one project like where the fiber comes from for making the clothes and from which farmer all that comes. That was one of the project which Accenture worked on, which was very good. And there was another thing of using blockchain to track for human trafficking as well. So which was another very good project from the dock as well.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, many cool projects going around there.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a fun place to work.
Yes. So when the work pours in, there is it's very so much, and then sometimes it's relax. But it's worth the thing.
I think like you are missing a lot being at the office playing with
I do. I think I do. I always talk to my ops lead that okay, when are we coming back? And I'm missing the building as well. Yeah. Because I miss the lab. We have a dedicated lab which I'm mostly in charge of, and I like to work in the lab, and we get a good. It's good feeling. It's like you can build a lot of ideas also germinate in that area. So I think the area itself is like, we call it area 2.1. So
Good name.
Yeah.
Nice. Super. And also, like, I know that you mentor some children that have interest in technology and robotics. So
yes.
I'm curious about the activities that you help with these children.
Yeah, things have been a little difficult for me for a while now, especially with the remote. So Accenture hosts Coder Dojo. Okay, so Coder Dojo is normally mostly Scratch and some kind of software related programming, teaching people to code. But I wanted to make something a little more exciting. So what I did is, we had initially like microbit. So people used to can code on microbit and kind of make some experiments and all that. But I try to, because kids want something. When they come, they want to take back something. So I know as a kid, if I go there and I want to get something, and then I want to go back home nicely smiling. So what I said to the organizers, okay, let me make something that instead of playing with microbit and all that stuff, let's use physics and science, simple science projects and experiments for them. And which will be, the output will be a toy. And then the toy can be taken home. So it was like, I tried to formulate a program my first one of the project was how the DC motor works, right? So how the motor works. So it was like a simple experiment. So using EMF and using the coil and using the magnets. So that was, and the kids were interested, but they were okay. Next time I took it to the next level. Okay, let's build a crane. And they said, okay, let's build a crane. How do we build it? So I used like a crane using syringes and some of the cardboard, and just using pins and all that, and try to build a crane. And the kids are blown. So I say, wow, this is super cool. So I just I had to procure some of these injections and all. It was like a funny story. I went to a hospital and say, I want some syringes, and they're looking at me like, said, why do you need all these syringes? So luckily I'm working on a project. I work for Accenture, and I just need it for a project for running on the kids. So it was like, because I could see the look on her face, like, okay, I need some. So it was like really funny. Yeah, exactly. So it was really funny. Like, so, but yeah, it was worth, because I could see the smile on the children's face, and they were really excited with that, and they took it home. So next time, so all the time, so we have like a session. There's a site called Eventbrite. So all the time, my sessions were overbooked. All the time, it's overbooked, because you are getting something to take home, right?
So that is something that is super important when you make like a workshop with kids. Like,
Yes. So next time, I try to make a boat. Based simply using balloons and using thermocol, and they used to race there. I organized like a big pool, put some water there. Everything was organized in a hall. So kids used to love it. So the main goal of this kind of session was, okay, how you can educate kids to see science and toys, how are they related, and they can build on something on top of that. So that is my main goal. So just to inspire
Amazing.
people. So same thing, any of my projects, so like I don't want this, okay, sitting idle there. People take it, use it, make it something better, use it, get inspired.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Super nice. I like, I suppose that you miss a lot like those spaces directly with the kids.
Yes.
In some way
Yes.
you can do it with your kids.
Yeah. My kid is like very hyperactive, so like at some stage he doesn't listen to me. Like,
It's funny because one time I was in a meeting with AB and his kid came to like, hi. Super cute.
yeah.
Like using the
Nice.
VNA and saying, "Oh, Dad, you've got the VNA set wrong."
Yeah.
Let me get
Yeah,
the
he loves
spectrum
to see
analyzer.
the yeah. He loves to see the lights on my laptop and all on the backlight. I turn it off now, so he wants to just press the button just to see the lights.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice. Okay. So you mentioned that you just has started playing with Laura like just a few months ago,
Oh okay.
or you have been working with Laura like for more time.
So it was like on and off. So I
Okay.
started with Laura when it was Laura, the earlier
Just
version
Laura.
of Laura, Laura Van. Yeah. So I started with the TT when it was TTN. So, and that was like last year, not this year, last year's Things Network. So I was so excited about it, looking at that. And then one of my friend from Netherlands loaned his gateway to me when he was here, and then he took it back. So that time I just played with that because I did not have a gateway. And then I bought some nodes and I was just playing with that and say, okay, the packets are going. I can see MQTT. Then close. No project. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw, okay, there was a lot of potential, but it took me a year to see the use case and the actual use case, because I saw people building so many projects, and there's a lot of value in that. People talking about battery life for more than 6 months, 8 months. That's like hearing it. It's like super, like hearing battery life. You just put it and forget about it. That's okay. That's really cool.
Yeah,
So
with the long range as well, right?
with the
Like,
long range as well. Yeah. That's what.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
amazing. Mhm.
so that's what. So because for IoT projects, we don't need to stream like huge amounts of data. We are not doing like streaming of video and all. So computer vision and all that stuff, that's a different ball game. But if we try to inference something and just only send a result, it's only one bit. We just need a one bit, whether it's bad, good, or don't know. So it's only one of the bits. So I was really excited. So at the LoRaWAN conference. So that's how I decided to, okay, I should move ahead with LoRa.
Super. And which network server have you tested so far? Just the Things network, the Things stack right now?
I have tested mostly with the Things network, and I tried with the LoRa IoT, the other network server.
Oh, yeah, the Laureate, yeah.
Laureate, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Laureate. So this is the only time. I haven't tried with the Helium yet. I want to try it at some stage. Yeah.
Super. And can you share more about the different projects that you are testing right now with Laura?
Okay, the one thing was the first simple project was I tried to build a GPS tracker. That was my first, like the Hello World program for me. And I was really excited. That was the most easiest part. So I went outside and I would see how long I can reach out, how far I can get the data. So I logged into the Things console on my mobile phone. I just went, walked, and then said, okay, and I was amazed. So that was like the first project. But then I really jumped into building the Hive project. So which I'm going to talk shortly.
Super nice. If you want, we can jump on the presentation that you prepare.
Yeah,
to
sure.
talk more about it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'm not gonna bore people with a lot of presentation, but I'm gonna show you real quick.
There are
One
just
second.
some cool pics and demos.
Yeah, and yes. Let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah, I didn't it. Yeah, it's already on the screen.
Fitbit-for-bees.
Yes. So now everybody is wearing a tracker, right? So 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 everybody is being tracked one way or the other. So in good way. So tracking their vitals and all that. So last year, just before COVID hit, right? So we have some people who are enthusiastic with bees in Accenture Island, and we were just brainstorming, and we were thinking what we can do, and I was just one of the technologists sitting in there, and they were saying, okay, what we can bring from the technology side, what we can do. So I was thinking, okay, can we monitor anything in this bees, because I had no idea. So I said, okay, let's try this. So why bees? So uh, Albert Einstein actually, this, if you do Google of this, like if the people said that if the bees disappear and we don't from the Earth, we will have only 4 years left to live. Okay, so this was actually mostly, this line is attributed to Einstein, but it was said by someone else from Belgium, who is a Nobel Prize winner called Maurice Maeterlinck. I cannot pronounce his name. Sorry. But the main thing is, it's not just about the honey shortage people should be worried about. So bees are much more important to that. So in the UK alone, right, we have more than 250 species of bees. And there are 25, out of which like 25 species are called bumblebees. So bumblebees are the one which are with the yellow color ones. The other ones are mostly the solitary bees, which are mostly the worker bees. And there's one species of honeybees, which actually produce the honey. So other bumblebees produce something, but they eat it themselves. There's other solitary bees are mostly related to, they do the pollination and all that kind of stuff, which is used for crops and all. So the reason I'm telling you this is I'm just trying to build a background why bees are so important. So some of the other facts is all your favorite food is dependent on how good is the pollination. So if you're a vegetarian, right, all your vegetables, avocados, asparagus, broccoli, all this bees are part of as a result of pollination. All these nice fruits, mangoes or whatever you call it. So all these apples, everything is related to good pollination. So if there is good pollinators there, you will get good fruit, good food. So, and if somebody says, okay, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm a meat eater, but the cattle also is dependent on this vegetation, right? So all the meat, dairy industry will be also affected if the fruits and vegetables are not there enough. And all the beautiful flowers out there when you see in spring and you get leaves, all depend on the bees. So everything is dependent on the bees. So they play a very key role in our lifestyle. So all the farmers, they make their environment so friendly that the bees should come in and they should do the pollination. So without these all crops, there will be a lot of deficiency in vitamins and different kinds of problems can occur. Not just that, even cotton and all these flax seeds and all other non-ingestible crops can also be affected, and then you will not have proper clothes and not other items, and other items like bee wax will not be there. So a lot of things are kindly related to that full chain. So it is, if the chain breaks, so everything gets falls apart. So this is the reason why brought me to think about how we can do and what we can do to at my level for the conservation of the bees. So so this is a device, what was the version 1, which I built it using cellular IT, did not have LoRa. This was based on a Raspberry Pi running a Balena OS. So Balena is really great for fleet management. You can just install and then everything works by itself, like gets populated, provisioned, and then everything is form of containers. You can push updates from, so everything works seamlessly. So this is the first device which I built, and it was based on cellular IoT. It was only based on edge, nothing related to cloud. Nothing goes out to any cloud. No configuration required. Just plug to the AC and it's done. And it has a dashboard. It has also support for computer vision. So since it's Raspberry Pi, you can plug in any Raspberry Pi camera, or you can even plug in a USB camera, and you can get computer vision running as well. Just need to push another container. That's it. And then what it does, it just monitors the different temperature, humidity, or pressure, and some of the gases or volatile organic compounds within the hive, because it produces a lot of different kinds of gases. Then it also checks for the stability and orientation, because in Ireland and UK, you get a lot of wind, right? So the hives and all can be knocked off if they're not properly anchored to the stand. So it helps you to take care timely action. The beekeeper can get notification and then quickly come and fix the things. As I said, with Balena, we can do OTA updates very easily. That's not a problem. And also can do remote management. So the architecture is pretty simple here. So all the sensor data gets collected and gets ingested into something called a service called a telegraph, which puts it to a time series database, which is called InfluxDB. And InfluxDB, Telegraph, and Grafana have a very tight integration. So you can make nice, cool dashboards, something like this. I'm going to show that live dashboard in a while. So this is how the device looks like. So it's like a box here. It's a weatherproof box. So everything is nicely secure here. And these are the pipes are different probes here, which are like sensors, which go inside the hive. So this is the kind of a hive here. So everything goes inside and it just does the monitoring. Everything gets stored here, and you just log into the dashboard. This dashboard is public. You can access it on your mobile phone. You can even configure your own alerts if you want, based on the thresholds, whatever you like. So that is also configurable. But most of the time, everything is zero configuration, so nothing to be done. So this was the first one. Let me show you real quick the dashboard in live. So I hope.
So is this the version you're still using now?
Yes, I'm still using it. So it's still there. But some of the reasons why. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you see the
loading.
dashboard?
It's loading.
It's loading now.
Okay. So
it's jumping up and down.
Yes. This is really slow, yeah. Because this is all like, this dashboard is based on like a tunnel. So through a SSH tunnel, that's why it takes time.
Yeah.
So it has to authenticate yourself, and then it takes a little bit of time.
Right. So this is running on the Pi, you mean?
This is running on the Pi. Yeah, everything is running on the Pi. Everything is on the edge.
Okay.
Nice.
But it's just a matter of environment variable that you can provide another URL, and then it can stream to the cloud as well. Yep. So if you provide the URL for the Telegraph and MQTT, and then it can log for the MQTT URL or HTTP URL, it can put it to send it to. Why it is not coming here?
It's a live demo. Live demo.
Live demos. Yeah, I did not pray to the demo gods today. Oh my god!
I already used my allotment today. Sorry, at the Things conference.
Okay, I think we can come back here. So let me switch on and show you the device, anyways.
Super.
Yep.
Okay, let me switch over here and add this one.
Yes. Okay. So this is the device which I was showing. Okay. So do you see this? This was not in the there in the photograph. So these are the sensors which I put it in the small boxes. So these are called queen cages. Okay. The bees cannot destroy the sensors. Okay. So these are the sensors inside. Bees
Nice.
normally, if they see any foreign objects, right, they try to put it like a wax coating on them. If they have like any lights or some, if they see any lights and all.
Right.
So that's why it was trying to protect it, just to be, because already there is a world over scarcity of silicon electronic products. I don't want to lose these sensors. So this, so I'm just trying to save here. The design here is there are the design why this came up. The design which I try to build here is only the sensors go into the hive, and all the gateway, everything is outside. It is better in two aspects. So one is since this is all emitting radio waves, right? So it can make the bees a little bit uneasy, which is not it's not ideal. The second thing is you can also do quick maintenance in case something is wrong. So we don't have to disturb the beehives, open it and take it out, and it's so difficult. So only the sensors go. The pros there's nothing wrong can happen there because everything is soldered, everything is nicely packed, nothing there. So most of the things, something can go on, like the SD card or something can go bad. For example, if something and the power or something can go wrong. So electronics, right? Anything can break. So it is easy for maintenance as well. So and you have like a big cable there. So this is like kind of a production ready device. So it has like a fan inside as well, which cools. The heat sinks are there, so passive cooling is there. So everything is pretty much good. Things could be made better by maybe having a module to push the things into the cloud or something for backup and all. So that is all possible by using just another module in a Lifeguard Docker container. So that is all possible, yeah. So yeah,
I'm curious about the cages. Did you print them yourself or did you buy
no,
them?
no. I just bought them. You get it in any the place where I got the beehive. I got it from there.
Okay.
Oh wow, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So the main the use of these cages is when they want to move the queen from one hive to another. Okay. Suppose if the hive got knocked down, they need to track the queen, and they move the queen from one hive to another. So once the queen is moved, it's like a seamless software migration. One exactly. So it's like moving from maybe from AWS to Azure. So it's just moving. So like the data gets moved. So when you move the queen, so everything gets seamlessly moved. So I did not know that. So it's really it's in nature. I'm really impressed with nature.
The bees have cracked it better than humans.
Yeah. So bees are very much very well disciplined as well, like the worker bees. And one other thing which the reason I was trying to build a computer vision app for this is to capture for the bees is called a waggle dance. A waggle dance is the thing which is a dance, but the purpose of the dance is telling the bees to tell in which direction to go for collecting for pollens and for nectar. So they actually dance. If you do a Google, YouTube or Google of waggle dance, you will be amazed to see that. And that's like a great treat to anyone's eyes. So that was my main motivation to build this project. I wanted to take it to the next. Let's see if I capture the waggle dance. Like I will be happy, and I will see the purpose is done. So sensor data graphs is all fine, but waggle dance is the key, thing.
The bees have a TikTok already. My God, amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, the dashboard is already loaded.
Yes.
I'm going to put it over here. Let me change the screen a bit.
After sometime. I
Yeah.
think it should be cached now. So this is the dashboard, and everything is in real time. So you can configure it with. I love Grafana, so only thing I'm not I'm not very confident about is building front end. Like I cannot build front end very
Mhm.
confidently. I find it very, very difficult, and for which I'm so much in love with Grafana and this kind of tools. Like OB dots as well is another thing. So it's like drag and drop, and boom, it's working. So, and it looks beautiful. So this is the kind of dashboard you get, and you can even set up alerts and all that good stuff here. So yeah, this is the project. This is the V1 before we jump to uh, the V2 version.
Super.
So why did we build the version 2? So what are the limitations of this? So remote deployments with this kind of scenario is very, very difficult because
Mhm.
sometimes there's no power. There's no power socket in a big field. And then it is the bigger device. It's a big device. So I try to keep the big is like I could not find a smaller box which fills everything because I have a full power socket inside as well. So that's the thing.
Mhm.
That's the length of that power socket. So so it's big. So what are the typical solutions? Okay, let's use LoRaWAN and make it a battery powered. Use a microcontroller instead of using a microcomputer. So that was the first thing. And then I came across the Wiz blocks. so so it makes life easy because with Wiz blocks it makes IoT easy peasy. So so that's what. So it's really it directly came from my heart. And when I told this to Maria, I said, "What is that?" So she was like, "Wow, she loves this jazz." So, but
Yeah.
apart from the jokes, right? So this is really easy. Like I don't have to worry about wiring a lot of things. Everything gets plugged and play. Just need to put it together, and you have a solution working, a prototype working, and that's also a production grade. If you try to put it in a nice waterproof IP66 case, it can become weatherproof. You can stick it a solar panel. It becomes self-sustained. So that's how I came up, decided to build the next version using BizBlocks. So so what does this device will have now? So this will be, I'll try to keep it as same with or more features with BizBlocks. So this will be using LoRaWAN. This will be also zero configurations needed, just running. It will be solar and battery powered. It will also be having a dashboard. Uh, I'm working on how to make this architecture scalable by using maybe some platform. How I'm still working on that. That maybe WizDM could help me out there. Not thought about it yet. Uh, it will still monitor the temperatures, humidity, pressure, the orientation, stability, VOC, and also it will also monitor the locations. So where the highway is, giving the periodic location updates, just just an add-on feature. It will have battery management to save the power. Oops. It will have, oops, sorry. It will have the battery management in place.
Mhm.
That way we can save the power. It will have some configuration mode. Like, as I said in my previous version, we could tweak some configurations using just like having like an environment variables through the Balena platform. So I wanted to have like a similar functionality for this solution as well, for which I would be using the downlinks from the LoRa platform. That way to put it in some different mode, maybe a debug mode to spit out all the messages over BLE UART, or maybe in a different mode, or in maybe in a DFU mode for firmware upgrades. So something like that. So I'm still working on that kind of thing to figure out. One thing which is a add-on feature here is like to add the support for like tiny ML models. So when I could use all this data collected and try to see and try to train a tiny ML model and then deploy it. That way I can make this device more intelligent in reporting the status of the hive and support for OTA updates. So this sounds a lot, but with WizBlocks, the main the heavy lifting is already done because the hardware is all plug and play. So just like I connect the blocks and then everything works out of the box. So this is the simple architecture I try to come up with. It's a sensor node is having all the sensors connected, talking to a LoRaWAN gateway for uplinks and downlinks, and then it's connected to ThingStack, and then connected to an application server, which will be hosting the dashboard and whatever logic you want to do there. So this is it, yeah, for the device theory.
Can I ask how many uplinks are you expecting to get?
So I'm gonna try to limit the. So at the moment, since in the development stage, I'm doing uplink after every 20 seconds for now.
Yeah.
But ideally, I think we have to see for we don't have to send the GPS location every 20 seconds. That doesn't make any sense. So I think I might have to split up the sensor data in a different based on the priority ways. So that's where I was talking about like a tiny ML model, which will be doing the intelligence just rather than sending the sensor data and just populating on the dashboard. But rather than sending if there's a big drastic change or if there is something which is not expected, so something like that. So that is what I'm still working on. So not formulated yet. I want to get the things working first and then take it to the next level. So building like version 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, all like that.
Completely. Actually, like there are some requirements on your side for the WizBlock ecosystem to be able to build the system as you need. For example, the expansion of the sensors to an external.
Yes, and I know you guys are working on that. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have something for now. So let me try to just give me a moment. Let me try to bring this here to the stage. Yeah. One second here. So this is still at the breadboard level. Okay. Do you see my screen here?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Let me connect the battery.
Ooh.
Live demo.
Yeah. Live demo. No. For this I had prayed.
Yes. Yeah. With all those wires, yes, you gotta pray.
Yeah.
So what sensor are we looking at?
So I'm just going one by one. I'm just trying to see if everything's working first. Yeah.
Okay.
You are about to reach my daily quota. You ingested. Okay, there you go.
Oh my God!
No.
Bad show for UV dots.
No, why?
Quick,
You
Maria,
just
call
loaded,
them.
right? Let's see what happens if I join over here. But I didn't know that. Let me check. I'm joining to a link. Okay, I can see it on my side. You share me the public dashboard so I can. Tell me,
okay.
I lost the stream. 1 second. Where are you? Okay, you are over here. So
you have the link to the dashboard, right?
Yeah. I'm going to share over here. Give me just 1 sec.
Okay. So yes. So over what I have with the hardware, I'm gonna cover what I have here, and then we'll see if the dashboard works. Yeah, I'm gonna request if I can get the developer version of UV-Dots account. Yeah, because the STEM version is really limiting me to. Yes. Okay, brilliant. So yeah, so this is the data. Okay, so can you focus on the demo camera, please?
On the demo camera, of course. One moment. Yes. Okay, I can switch this. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the as you see here, this is the core board. Okay, I have the LoRa 4630 and BLE combo stick here. The camera quality is not that great, but I'm just use my finger here. I'm gonna use my pen here. So here, then I have a GPS module here, which is connected, and then I have an expansion, which I wanted to connect some additional sensors, which are the BME 680 and the 9XS motion sensor. And this is the antennas. Yeah. So, and there are two sensors behind. One is the similar one, the accelerometer and the temperature humidity sensor, the environment sensor, basically. So so if you go to the dashboard here, so 1 second, can you focus on the dashboard camera, please?
On the dashboard camera, of course.
Yes. So there are yes. So there are two things. One is the ambient temperature and one is the core temperature. The core temperature. So we have to monitor. So since this box will be also in the outdoors, right? So the ones at the sensors attached to the Wiz blocks will monitor the health of the device, whether it's getting hot, maybe the lithium battery fried or something. So if it's like something like that, so monitoring the inside of the core. And the other ones, the BME 680 and the other motion sensor which we have, will be having like a long probes, the same one which I showed with the earlier version, which will be going inside the hive and will be monitoring inside the hive. So I've tried with initially with only these two sensors, but I can since these are I can use the I2C bus. Since it's I2C bus, I can attach some more sensors and still get some more core readings inside the hive. So like there's one sensor, the DS18B20 in the probe form factor. So this it is very much robust. So I can put it inside in the center of the hive and still get very good readings about what's the condition of the hive. To give you an example, when there's a wasp attack on a hive, right? The bees come together and they surround the wasp, and they vibrate and they increase the temperature of their body so much. Just it is what is it? I don't know whether the burning temperature, the burning point for the temperature for hive for the bees is say X, then for the wasp is X minus 1. So they exactly know. So at what temperature can kill the wasp? So they have so much intelligence. So they come together, they vibrate, and they raise their body temperature to that X minus 1 degrees and kill the wasp. So that's how they prevent the attack. So when you see all these temperatures going high up and down, then you can see the hive was under attack. So these are the kind of insights I'm trying to pull out from this device.
Super. Whoa. Like I have learned a lot
about bees
about
today.
this. Yeah, about bees today. Like
yeah, this is what
so
yeah. So this is what so any of this kind of projects or any of IoT projects, when you have to deal with real life situation, there is one guy in the team which is called a subject matter expert. The subject matter expert is not a technologist, but he's having the domain knowledge of that thing, and then he passes on all his knowledge, and then you discuss with him, and then I'm trying to do this, and then you guys work together, and then you come up with a solution. That's the beauty about working in a multidisciplinary team.
Completely. Yeah.
Agreed.
That is amazing. Super nice. Like I know, actually, like today I was talking in an event here in Colombia, and someone asked like about some projects for this area, and I highlight your project probably some of them connect to us today. So it's
Sure.
pretty nice, and I'm super excited to see like this without all the wiring that you just shared,
Yes.
but well, with the extension cables. I know that you are going to be one of our beta tester for this completely.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that was my question. Okay, if everything's okay, how I don't want to put this thing in the hive. The same reasons, because it might destroy the board. Then it might a lot of RF traffic inside the hive. I don't want that. So my first question was, okay, do we have something as a, and then you had something, oh no, we are working on this kind of thing. Many people have asked for this. Yeah, so that's really funny. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny
gonna
because
modify, yeah.
every time that AB asks me, hey, I need something. Okay, we're working on that.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
super.
so you think radio affects the bees? Have you seen that?
Yes, yes, it is as per the research. Like I'm not seeing about this frequency effects, but definitely the 2.4 gigahertz definitely affects.
Right. So you wouldn't put like BLE, even low power BLE?
No,
Wouldn't.
no. I would not say. They get little bit of restless. You will see they will not die, but you see a lot of activity. You see a lot of
Right.
activity.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Super nice. And just to like kind of close the band, since we are about to finish the hour, I would like to know, like, you have been sharing your experience working with the WizBlock, and it seems that you have been doing so great. How about the gateways? Like, well, you have a Raspberry Pi and a concentrator. How was like your experience deploying this gateway on the
Yes,
Things network?
yes, yeah. So by default, I think it runs the TTN2, the older version of the not running the basic station. So my first thing was, okay, I was not sure. I didn't want to open the gateway as well, because it's only one, and it's like, okay, it's gold for me. So I don't want to touch it unless it is necessary. So yeah, so I used Balena to put the basic station on that, and it was all data sheets and documentation was great. Yeah. Because I need to know the reset port and all that stuff. So it was all that. So Maria shared the documentation. Yeah. So yeah, your documentation is great. Yeah, it's great.
Super. Glad to hear that.
Yes,
Amazing.
yes.
And do you have like any message to our community of community of makers, entrepreneurs, and engineers like yourself?
I would say if you have any passion for any ideas or anything, just get your hands dirty. So that's the only advice I would give to everybody. So yeah, so get yourself anything. Start with the Raspberry Pi, start with the ESP32, the cheapest ones, and then if when you are confident, get your rack biz blocks and get started. Yeah, really, because it's once you are. The reason I'm not saying start with biz blocks and move back to ESP32, because I believe in that you should have your foundations. So you should know your connections. You need to know what you need to connect for I2C bus. What are your connections? So once you know everything, you will be able to debug the problems. To give you a simple example, I did not connect the GPS sensor on the Type A connector and I connected on the below, and it was not working. I said, why it's not working? And then I realized, okay, it is not supposed to be connected there and it's supposed to be connected there, and that's okay, because all ports look similar, but they are not the ones. So
yeah,
you need to have your basics clear. Yeah, you need to have your basics clear. So
I see. But you also understand, like, I mean, if you use WizBlock, you don't get wires, and so it's less messy.
Yes.
So you understand why it's better as well at the same time.
Yeah, it is better. It is better. But I still want it's good for production grade. But if people want to learn for learning,
you think the wires and
with the wires and all, so they should start. I still tell people will start from wires, right? Then they have more confidence and all that. Because if you give the easy way out, so then there is something hardship that it's very, very difficult. It's like the same thing. A C programmer trying to learn Python, he'll say, okay, nice. But if a Python programmer has to learn C, oh my, what you're doing?
My God.
Do I need to write the linked list?
We had one here on the show a few weeks ago.
So
Yeah,
it's the
so-
same
Actually,
thing.
I saw a meme this week about it. There was a guy like a C programmer, like super happy, and a Python programmer learning C, and the guy was like,
Okay, so
Funny
you
though.
think that yeah, and burning electronics is always nice
Oh, yeah.
experience
Yeah.
to get started.
We have
Of
to see
course.
the sparks, definitely.
And the
Yes.
smoke, the nice smoke as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, that was super great. Like I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this session and learn
Yeah,
a
same
lot
here, same
about
here. Yeah.
all the
the
beehive
bees.
and the bees as well. And
Yes.
I'm super happy to be part of this collaboration in some way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
And
Yep.
and have been like connecting with you. Actually, we connect during the last things conference,
Yes.
and now we're over here sharing your project, and we're super happy to see the
Yeah.
progress, and in the future case, you write a
Yes.
use case about it completely.
Yes,
Super
yes, yeah,
happy.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I would like to thank the Balina guys as well. They told me about you guys like about LoRaWAN, and that's how I came to know. And then I attended a session in your I think Mark and Jose presented the things at the Things
Mhm.
Network, and that's how I was like amazed to see. Wow, you guys are doing fantastic. Like, nice to be working with you.
Amazing. No, happy to be working with you as well. And
Yes.
also thanks for taking the time to prepare that presentation, to be here with us,
The
and to
demos,
share
yeah.
everything, the
Excellent.
demo,
Thank you.
like
Yes.
everything was awesome.
Thank
We
you.
didn't get it because I have it on backup.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes. Yes.
So
No, that was
we can
always a backup.
accomplish
That's why I
everything.
sent it to you because I was new that Ruby Dots will give me something. Because I'm not having the I'm having the basic version at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
STEM
still
version.
evaluating. Yeah. Yes, the STEM version. Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Let's see.
No,
Let's
that's
see.
nice.
Yeah, I might use even I might make one dashboard maybe using Grafana as well if people want
Cool.
to keep everything at the edge in case. Like, let's see.
Mm-hmm. Super nice. Okay, looking forward to see those upcoming projects, and also thanks to everyone who connects
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
We have like some comments over here, but not any question. Someone saying that I can relate to that Sinjuri story. That
Okay.
was funny, actually.
Oh, okay.
Some claps over here. Rag got us covered. Exactly what I need to do. I think this is related to the wire learning side. And another one is Abhijeet, your work is very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thanks for your kind words. Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you have any questions, reach out to me.
Super.
If you, yeah,
You have
definitely. Yeah.
here the Discord username.
Yes, I'm on
For
Discord. I'm
those-
very much active on
Mhm.
Discord. Yeah. Yeah.
Super. And for those who are not on the Discord channel, you can join by the link that you can find on the banner below. And also you can find it on the description of the video. So we are being super happy to chat with you around there, talk about your project ideas, or if you have any specific doubt, you can reach out directly to me or Jose or AB, and we'll be happy to address any question you may have. So I think that's all for today. Thank you guys. Thank you,
Thank you.
AB,
Thank you
once
all.
again. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Yeah.
And we hope to see you next week, like every Friday. Okay?
Okay.
Bye bye and happy Hacking Falls.
Okay. Happy weekend to you as well. Bye.
Bye bye.